Hello everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Destiny video. Today I threw together a quick Maz Kanata and Chewbacca deck. So we're running both of these at Elite, so we're running Chewbacca for 16 points, and we're running Maz at 11. We're also running Maz's Castle. So again, Chewbacca, 12 health, 1 range, 2 range for a resource, 2 melee, resource, special, and blank. And special is turn an opponent's die to a side showing damage, either ranged or melee, to deal that damage to a character. With that being said, that damage does stay in their dice pool after you use his special. So they could still, the next turn, after you resolve his special, they could then resolve the damage against you as well. So it would be beneficial to use it when you're about to defeat a character. So if you have 2 health left, and you can turn the die to a side showing 2 damage, resolve that damage against them so they can't use the damage against you. Or if you're playing in against a blue deck, and let's say you had Cunning on Maz and you rolled the special on Cunning, as well as Chewbacca special was already out there, you could resolve Chewbacca's special, deal that damage, and then use Maz's special to trigger, let's say your opponent had Force Throw, you can then Force Throw that damage back at them. So that is kind of something to keep in mind with Chewbacca, is that the damage that you do leave in their dice pool can be used against you. Next up, so we have Maz, 8 health, 1 range, 1 focus, shield, resource, and blank. And after you activate this character, you may resolve up to 2 of your dice. So you can roll Chewbacca out, then roll her out, and resolve up to 2, and resolve 2 of Chewbacca's dice, or 1 of hers and 1 of his, or however you want to do it. And then we have Maz's Castle. So the claim is draw 2 cards, place any number of cards from your hand on the bottom of your deck in any order. This will help you basically cycle through your deck and get to the good cards and cards that you might want in your hand faster. You get a draw 2, and if you have a card you don't like, you can put it on the bottom of your library. Or bottom of your deck, I should say. So those are our characters and locations. We're going to move into our upgrades. We're running 2 Cunning, so 2 resources, focus, disrupt, discard, resource, special, and blank. Yellow character only. Both Chewbacca and Maz are yellow, so that's fine. Special is resolve a special ability on another card in play as if it were your card. So you can use the special on Chewbacca. You can use the special on Chewbacca with this. You can use your opponent's stuff. Cunning is pretty good. We're running 2 Maz's goggles, so 1 resource, 1 focus, 2 focus, resource, special, and blank. Spot a yellow character. Again, both characters are yellow. Special is look at an opponent's hand and discard an event from it. Nice thing about Maz's goggles is the special doesn't specify that it has to cost a certain cost or less. Like for example with Scout, you get to look at your opponent's hand and you get to discard the cheapest card. Maz lets you look at their hand and discard an event, so it can be any event. Doesn't matter if it costs 0 resources or 5 resources. Playing against a deck that is running something like Endless Ranks and they have that in their hand, you can discard their Endless Ranks. Or you can discard their Electroshocks, their any event you can discard with this. And then you can also trigger this multiple times. If you, let's say, rolled the special on this plus the special on Cunning, you can use the special on Cunning to copy the special on Maz's goggles. Running 2 Holdout Blasters, pretty standard, so 2 resources, 1 range, 2 range for a resource, plus 2 range, shield, resource, and blank. As ambush and redeploy, so once the character that it's on gets defeated, you gotta move it, and I guess, of course, ambush gives you that extra action. Running 2 DL-44 heavy blast pistols, 3 resources, so 3 range damage, 3 range for a resource, plus 2 range, resource, and 2 blanks. Has ambush, you get that extra action, and after you play this upgrade, you can force an opponent to choose and remove 1 of their dice. Running 2 Ascension guns, 2 resources, 1 range, 2 range, focus, 2 discard for a resource, special and blank, and the special is usability on a battlefield that is not being used but was brought to the game as though you had just claimed it. So if your opponent had a decent battlefield that you're still not playing on, you can use the effect of that battlefield with this special. And of course, the big gun, the big guy here, is the Bowcaster. 4 resources, 2 range, 4 range for a resource, plus 3 range, 2 disrupt, special, and blank. Has redeploy. And the special is deal 1 unblockable damage to each of up to 2 characters. The special on this is kind of not great. So if I actually got the special, I'd be more inclined to reroll to maybe get the plus 3, the 2, or the 4 for a resource. And into our non-dice upgrades, we have 2 second chance. So yellow character only. Before the character will be defeated, instead heal 5 damage from it, and discard this upgrade from play. And finally, we have 2 fast hands. 0, after you activate the attached character, you may resolve up to one of its character or upgrade dice. So you get some fast damage out with Chewbacca or Maz. We're going to move into our events. Running 2 Electroshock, 1 resource, spot a yellow character to remove a die with a value of 2 or lower. These are our control cards. So we're going to remove stuff we don't like with Electroshock. We have 2 Loth-Cat and Mouse, so force an opponent to choose and remove one of your dice, then remove one of theirs. So if you have, so the thing with this is they get to choose first, but you still get to choose what die of theirs to remove. It's kind of like the inverse of he doesn't like you. We have 2 Negotiate, so 1 resource. Remove one of your character dice to force an opponent to choose and remove 2 of their dice. So if Maz rolled a blank or something like that, you can play Negotiate, remove her die, and then your opponent gets to remove 2 of their dice. Running 2 Smuggling, so 0 resources, spot a yellow character, discard a card from your hand to gain 1 resource. The Bowcaster is fairly expensive, so you want to get that out. You might need to use Smuggling. But to tie in with Smuggling, let's say you discard something that you didn't have enough resources for earlier in the game, but you now have enough resources for thanks to Smuggling, can later in the game pay a resource, switch a card in your hand with a card in your discard pile. Or if they build something that you want, you can pay a resource and get it back. That's cheap. We have 2 Draw Attention. Move up to 2 damage from one of your characters to another character and ignore shields. This will keep Maz alive longer because Maz has only 8 health. And finally, we have 2 Bolt Hole. 0 resources. Remove one of your yellow character dice to give that character 2 shields. So if, like, let's say Maz needs shields and she rolled a blank or something I really can't use, I can play Bolt Hole, remove her die, and give her 2 shields. So that is the deck. So it's Chewbacca and Maz. I haven't actually tested this deck yet, so I'm going to do a video where I actually test this deck out. This will be the first time I've actually played it, but it could be a lot of fun. I'll post a link in the description to where you can check that video out once I post it, and I'll also leave a link in the description to where you can check out the deck list. Until next time, that's going to do it. I want you to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I want to thank you again for watching, and take care. Have a good one.